How to search for an order in the AS400. The screen you will need to go to will be SO40. So you must click on your F7 function on your screen or on your keyboard to display the performance function screen. In here, you're going to go ahead and type in SO40. Hit enter, and it will take you directly to that screen. In this screen, you're going to be able to search by a couple of different options. You have the order number, which is generated by our system, the purchase order number, or PO, which is provided by our customer, the customer's account number with us, the dropship name, which is the name of the person or company we are shipping to, and sometimes the second PO number. So on the screen, you will notice we have the position to. This field here is where you're going to enter the information that you're searching by. Then you have the sequence by. This is you telling the system what this information is, whether it's a purchase order number, an order number, a dropship name, or second PO. These other two fields should be left alone and not changed nor inputted any information. The only fields that you will be using is the position to and the sequence by. Here at the bottom, it's the sequence key, which will provide you the code that you need to enter here for the information that you're entering. Now, you will not be using all of these options. You will only be using 5 of them. Only these 5 are what we're going to cover in this training. So we have C for customer account number. So if the customer is providing you their account number because they are not able to remember what purchase order number or order number they had, you can look up the order by the account. How to search by an account number. So first you must locate the account. Once you have it, you will enter it here. It will either begin with a T or an A. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and show you a T account. The customer has provided you account number T8963. You're going to go ahead and tab over and enter a C for customer account. Hit enter. The system will then display either the perfect match or anything close to it. How do I confirm I'm looking at the correct account information? As you notice, the information has disappeared once you've hit enter. It is important that you write down this information when the customer is providing it to you. So the account number that I originally keyed was T8963. Now let's go over the information that is displayed here. The first column is the order number. This is the number that is generated from our system when the order is keyed. The second column here is the shipment number. It will tell you how many shipments have been shipped within that one order. The next column is the order type. It will tell you the type of order it is, whether it's an SO, an SP for sample, an RO for reship, and so on. The next column is the status of the order. You will see different statuses of the orders listed here. The order will show new, printed, open, scanned, shipped, and finally history. The next column is the customer account number. So this is the column that you need to look at when you're searching by a customer account. You will notice it matches what I originally entered. So you know that you're looking at the account history. The next column is the purchase order number. Okay, this column here is the number which the customer provided us on their purchase order number to be referenced. The next column is the order date. This is the date the order has been keyed. The required date. This is an internal date that we use to determine when an order should be shipped by. It should not be provided to the customer unless you're 100% sure it will ship on that date. The last column here, you will disregard. It does provide you an amount of the order, but it's not absolutely accurate because it does not provide you the change. If you notice, it just provides you the dollar amount. Please disregard that column. Now, When you are searching by an account number, the system will provide you the most recent order at the very top. So this order here is the last order keyed under this account. Okay, and then it goes down to the oldest. At the bottom left, the bottom right, you will notice the word more. This will indicate that you're able to page down and go through different pages of orders for this specific account. So if the customer isn't sure what their purchase order number is or the order, you can go by their account history and ask them, what date did you place the order? And then you can focus on that specific date. Okay. The next option you have to search for is the order number. So if the customer remembers the order they were provided when placing their order, they can provide that to you. In this instance, the customer has provided you 6691485. You're going to go ahead and enter that in the position 2, then tab over and put an O for order number. Okay? Hit enter, and the system will provide you either the perfect match or anything close to what you keyed. Once again, remember to write down the information when the customer is providing to you, because it will disappear from your screen once you hit enter. So the order that I keyed is 6691485. If you look at your order column, this is how you match it up to know which order you're looking for. Okay. Searching by purchase order number. The customer will provide you the purchase order number referenced on their order. Make sure you are keying it exactly the way they're providing it, with zeros and dashes. In this case, the customer has provided us PO number 122378872-1127. I'm going to tab over and put a P for PO number. Hit enter. And now, once again, the system will provide us either the perfect match or anything close to it. Here you will notice the PO number that I entered was 122378872-1127. In order to match up to the correct order, I should be looking at the PO number column. So here you will notice that the first order matches what I keyed. Now, in some instances, you will notice that the customer will provide you a PO number that other customers had also used. Okay. If you notice here in the customer account number, these are all different accounts, yet this PO number here was used by all of them. How do you determine which order you need to look at? You need to look at the order date in this situation. When you have multiple POs of the same number for different accounts, you want to take a look at the date first. Okay, you don't want to waste your time looking or reviewing orders that are not actually current orders. Okay, if you notice here, the years are 2012, 2010, 07, 14, and so on. Okay, you want to page down and look for a current order, and that will be the order that you're most likely looking for. The next option you have is the second PO. So when a customer is providing you a PO number, you hit enter and it does not display for you. Like for example, here, we found a perfect match. Well, let's say you weren't able to. Let's say the customer provided you PO number 122378872-112. Tab over, hit PO. There's nothing that matches that PO. Okay, sometimes this will happen. Some customers, like Staples Deluxe, they tend to provide a second purchase order number in their order. Okay, this is logged as their second PO. And when they call in, sometimes they will provide that to you. So you're not able to locate it by using the P. So if you are not able to locate an order with the PO number they provided you by using the P, try by using it with a 2. Okay? The final option I'm searching for an order is dropship name. This is the name of the person who we're shipping to or the company name that we're shipping to. So you must ask the customer, what is the name of the drop ship? The customer will then provide you, for example, City National Bank. Now, in some situations, the name that they're providing you is too long to fit in this line. That is perfectly fine. Just make sure that you fit as much of the name in this line as you can, of course, including the spaces in between the words. You will then tab over and put an X for Dropship Alpha. Hit enter. Now, once again, the system will provide you either the perfect match or anything close to it. Now, in this situation, in order to determine if you've located the correct account, you have to look into the order details. But first, you have to determine which order you want to view. Once again, you want to look at your order date first. You want to focus only on current orders because most likely you're looking for a status of an order. So the order that you must be looking for must be a 2019 order. Okay? So all of these orders you see in your screen are old orders. This cannot be so. So you want to go ahead and page down. I don't see any other orders listed for 2019 in this either. I'm going to page down. Still no orders. Page down again. If you look at the year, it starts going up in sequence now. So I'm going to keep going, paging down to see if I come across in 2019. And here I am. I found one order that's dated 2019. Maybe this is the order. Okay. How do I determine if that's the correct order that I'm looking for? You have to select the order to view the details and verify with your customer. So now, before we proceed to the next screen, I want to make sure I recap what we've just learned. You have 5 different options to look for an order. You have the account number, the order number, purchase order number, second PO, and dropship name. 5 different options. It's extremely important that you search by these 5 different options before you conclude that you're not able to locate an order in our system. If you're not 100% sure, always stop and ask a regular staff member for assistance. Okay? So now we are looking for an order and we need to verify the information because we believe we've located what we're looking for. How do we display the order details? You go here under the OPT column, put your cursor right next to the order that you want to display under the OPT column. Okay? You're going to go ahead and enter the letter D for display. Hit enter. You are now in a different screen. SO41. Okay? SO41 will provide you all of the details of an order. The items, the quantities, the cost, the ship to information, the bill to information, the shipping information, the invoice information. It provides you all of the details of an order. Now, not all the information is within one screen. SO41 has about 4 different parts to it, okay? It divides the information in 4 different sections, and we will go ahead and review all of them in this process. Now, let's go ahead and view the information that we're seeing here. You have the customer account number. Now here, it will display the dropship name. This is the name of the person or company we ship to. So it's going to match or should match what you keyed. If you notice that it does not match what you keyed in SO40, then this is not the order that you're looking for. Okay, but if you notice, this is exactly the name that we keyed in SO40. So far, we validated that part. The next information that's listed is the order number. It will also provide you the shipment number, the order type. So the order source is how the order was received. We receive orders through different ways. We do electronic, which is EDI, fax, email, and phone. Also, we also receive orders through our website. Okay? Then you have the order type. So this will tell you whether it's a sales order, a sample, a reship, a website order, and so on. It provides you the subtotal or total of the order, depending if what status the order is in. It will also tell you who keyed the order. It will provide you the username of the person who keyed it. So most of the time, the way you determine who it was is by their last name, because that's the only visible part of their username. Then it will tell you what warehouse it shipped from. So as you've known, our warehouses are coded by numbers: 01, 22, 24, 05, and so on. Okay. This screen that you're viewing right now, the SO41, this section is called the items screen of SO41. Why? Because it provides you all the items ordered, all the quantities ordered for that specific item, and depending on the status of the order, it will provide you the quantity shipped, the description, the unit cost of the item, and the extended cost, which is the total cost for the quantity ordered for that specific item. At the bottom right, you will see the word more. If you see that, that means there are more items for you to view. So how do you display them? Once again, you can use your mouse to scroll down or hit your page down key on your keyboard. I'm going to go ahead and select page down on my keyboard. You will notice that there's no other items listed, but there is other information for you to view. So it's important that you look at all of the details listed in the item screen so that you're aware of everything that was instructed on the order. Once you see the word bottom on your right corner, that means you've reached the bottom of the listing. There's no more other views to view, no other items. Okay? So, we've now just covered the first part of SO41. The second part is what we call the header screen. The header screen is the page that will provide us the ship to information and the bill to information. Okay? Here at the bottom, as I've mentioned in the other videos, you will have different function keys to represent different things depending on the screen that you're working with. In SO41, the main keys that you will be using is F16, F17, F24, and F19. Okay? So the main keys is F16, F17, and F14. Those are the ones that are going to navigate you through the different 4 pages of the details of the order. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit F16. If you notice, the name is labeled header/items. So we're in the items screen, so now it's going to take us to the header screen. This is what we call the header screen. Let's go over the information that's being displayed. You have the order number, the account number, and the ship to information. So the address listed to the left of the screen is the shipping information. This is where we ship the order to. To the right of the screen, you will have our customer's information listed. Okay, so our customer in this order is Data Supply Source Incorporated. Now, when a customer is calling in and wanting information on their order, it's important that you verify who you're talking to. If you're talking to Amy at City National Bank, you should not be providing her any information because she is not our customer. Our customer is Data Supply Source, and only they can ask us for information and ask us to process reships or credits or anything similar to that. If Amy were to call and you verify, wait, this is the end user, I should not be talking to her, all you have to do is direct them back to data supply source. Let them know that they placed the order with them and she should contact them for any information. Okay? Now, the rest of the information listed, they provide you the purchase order number. So this is the PO the customer has given us to reference on their order. You will also see the name of the user who entered the order. Okay? Now, here, for this order, because it was an inbox, there is no fax ID number. For all orders that go through our fax viewer, they are assigned a fax ID number. So when a customer calls in and is trying to dispute information on their order saying, I didn't order that item on my order, you will have to come to this screen here, pull the fax ID number in order to pull it up in the fax viewer for you to review the actual paper purchase order. Okay? The next information is the order date. Okay, it tells you when the order was entered. If the order was canceled, you will see a date here. Okay, it will tell you when the order was canceled. Then the required date. Once again, the required date is an internal date that we use to help us determine when an order should be shipped by. Then we have the ship and bill from warehouse. Both of these should always be the same code. Okay. Then this section here tells you if an order was released from a hold. Orders go on hold for different reasons. Max limit, incorrect pricing, amongst so many other things. Okay, orders have to be reviewed by a specific department and then released. Okay, so it's important to know where that information is at. So here it tells you when an order was released and who released it. Okay. So F16 takes you between the item screen and the header screen. The item screen and header screen. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the item screen. Do you see where did all the items go? Not a problem. That's because I paged down to view the rest of the pages. So if I want to go look at the items again, all I have to do is page up and it'll display the top page. Okay? So now that we've reviewed the header and the items, let's go ahead and review the shipping information. Now, that would be F17. If you notice, F17 is not listed here. In order to get to F17, you must hit F24 for more keys. So let's go ahead and click on that. And then here is F17, ship info. You're going to go ahead and click F17, and now it takes you to the third page of detailed information. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what this page provides us. Once again, it tells you what the order number is. It tells you how the order shipped, what method, UPS, FedEx, Frankincense, and so on. Okay. If the order was a phone order, under the instructions line, you will see the name of the person who placed it and their phone number listed here. Once again, it provides you the purchase order number. Here it tells you a total of cartons shipped in this order. If this was a third party, so let's say the order shipped UPS third party billing the customer's account. When a customer requests to ship third party, we have to enter the account number into the order when we're keying it. You will see that displayed in this section here. So if there's a number there, that means it's an account number and we bill to their third party account. This section here tells you the warehouse information, who picked it, who packed it, who shipped it, who posted it, and who checked it. Okay? Then here we have all the sets of dates. Once again, the date that it was entered, the required date. Don't pay attention to this date. It's not relevant to the order. The printed date. Now, if you notice here, the order was entered on the 4th, but it wasn't printed until the 8th. Why is that? If you recall, On the header page, I showed you where it showed somebody releasing the order. That means the order was on hold until the 8th, okay? Before you provide that information to the customer, please review with a regular staff member if that is necessary to provide. Then you have the date when it's shipped. So if the order has been shipped, it will give you the date here. If the order was canceled, it will also provide you the date here. This number here is the total estimated ship weight. So our system has estimated this order to weigh approximately 488.3 pounds, okay? It's important to know where this information is because when a customer is claiming the order was short shipped, we need to compare this weight to the actual ship weight, which we will view in just a few minutes. Once again, it provides you the ship and bill to warehouse, the freight terms. So you will come across different freight terms, okay? You have PPA, which means that we are going to invoice the customer for freight. PPD, which means that we are not going to invoice the customer for freight, and that could be because we billed the third party or it's a special program we offered the customer. PPAOR means that we manually quoted and locked in the freight charges ourselves. Okay. Now this section here provides you the invoice totals. Okay. It'll provide you the merchandise total. It'll provide you the freight charges and the total invoice. Sometimes you will view sales tax. Some orders we do apply sales tax unless they have provided us the resale certificate for the specific state we're shipping to. You will also see miscellaneous charges. The reason that you see miscellaneous charges is when an order has not met the order minimum. For example, most of the accounts have $18 minimums set up for their accounts. So if they place an order that's $10, we are going to go ahead and place a miscellaneous charge of $8 to complete the $18 minimum, and that's what you're going to see in the miscellaneous charge. Okay, you will also see some line discounts. You are not to mention these discounts to the customer. These are internal discounts that we do. So it's important that when you're determining how much the product cost is, you have to subtract those totals from that cost in order to provide the customer the breakdown. Then finally, down here in the center, we have the invoice number and invoice date. So this order was invoiced on the 9/27/2019, and this is the invoice number. Okay, it's important to know where that's at because some customers will request copies of their invoices, and you need that number in order to generate a copy. So, in order to go back to the screens that you were looking at before hitting F17, all you have to do is hit F17 again and it takes you back to that. Do not hit F12 because if you hit F12, it takes you back to the previous page, not the screen that you're working in, okay? So then you're gonna have to go back into it, hit D, and then hit enter, okay? So you have to hit these F keys to navigate yourself through the different pages. Now, what about the tracking information? Okay, that is where F14 comes in. F14 is your tracking screen. Okay, this screen will provide you all of the tracking numbers associated with the shipment. So you have, once again, the order number displayed, so you can verify you're still within the same order, the ship date, total of boxes, and it will provide you with the total weight here. All right. If it doesn't provide you a total weight here, please ask one of the regular staff members to assist you with that and how to locate that information. Most likely it was a truck order and you will have to pull the file to determine the total weight. Then you have the tracking number and the carrier code. The carrier code tells you what method it's shipped. Those codes are listed on your poster board at your cubicle, so you'll be able to look them up and know exactly what method that is. Now, it is extremely important that if you view any freight charges on the screen, you do not provide that to the customer. Do not provide customer freight charges off of this screen. The only information you are to provide a customer from this page is the ship date, the tracking numbers, and the method, okay? Now, to go back to your other page, this is the only safe screen to hit F12 to take you back to your order details, okay? So, what if the customer is calling for freight charges? Where do you get that from? Well, we've already viewed them. If you remember, we hit F24, then hit F17 for ship info. The freight charges are listed here. This is the only amount you are able to provide a customer when they're calling in for freight charges on their invoice. Okay? Now the final page to view is the order notes. The order notes are important because if a customer is calling for a status or information on an order, it's important that you review the notes if the order has notes. Okay? To do that, how do you view them? You must be in SO41 within the order and hit F19 for notes. Okay, this will then take you to SO19. SO19 is the screen to view the order notes. Okay, when you activate this page through the SO41, it will bring in the order number, the account number, and the company name. This is our customer's name. Okay. If there's notes, you will view them here. It will be listed with the information, whether the customer called in to request a return, customer has issues with pricing, anything we did that was an issue, we will list in the order notes, okay, for this specific order. How do I add notes? The way you add notes is by hitting F9. You hit F9 and it brings up the lines here. And then you can proceed to entering notes. Okay, I will train you more on SO19 in our next video. Exit out of there by hitting F12. Takes you back to your order details. So we covered all of the different pages that provide you the information for an order. If you have any other questions or unsure of any of the steps, please see one of the regular staff members and they will be happy to assist with clearing up any of the parts in this video.